Hey guys, so my name is Cece and I am making a question and answer YouTube video because I haven't made any videos in a while and I feel like I kind of need to do that because I'm more active on Facebook or Instagram, but I never make any YouTube videos and I feel like I need to do that. I feel like that's important. So here is my question and answer YouTube video from my Spring Me account because I never replied to messages on there. So I figured I would take my questions from my Spring Me that I haven't answered and make a YouTube video out of it to answer for you guys that might have these questions too or anything like that. So let's get started. I wrote down all my questions on this little piece of paper. So my first question that I got, one of my questions I got was, what is my real name? And my real name is Amanda. I hate it. I hate my real name. I'd rather go by Cece. And the reason for that is because if you go to any high school or if you go anywhere, there's just common names. Josh, Tyler, Alex, Amanda. So I'd rather go by something to where when somebody asks about me, they wouldn't have to be like Amanda who? Because my last name is Hungarian. It's already hard to pronounce and say. So I'd rather go by something that, was easier, that you could just say Cece and they know exactly who you were talking about. So I went by Cece and got Cece from, I used to do some online gaming and one of my best friends on there, her name was XCCRAR. Absolutely loved the name and she didn't stay that long. She probably quit playing online games before me and I love the name Cece. So I kind of stuck with it and I started to call myself that at school, in middle school, because in elementary school I got the name, and then once I went to middle school I was like, hey, no one would probably know me, so I could just say my name is Cece when I introduced myself. So it kind of stuck, and then from high school, that's all I told anybody, because most people from my middle school didn't go to my high school, so people just kind of learned the name and got stuck with the name. So that's just my online name. Number 2 is my hobbies. My main hobby for right now is photography. I like to take photos. I like to have my boyfriend take my photos. I get ideas and I write them down or I sketch them out and then we go to the park or we go wherever I saw my vision for photos and he's my photographer and he takes them for me. I do a lot of self-portraits, but I also work with people, which is great. And I'm glad that I get to work with people. And one of my old hobbies was all throughout high school, I was always in art. I loved art. I like painting. I like sketching. I like everything like that. Like I love everything about art. That's me. And drawing helps me relax. When I was young, I used to draw anime characters. I had a best friend who got me into drawing and we both drew a lot. She was always better than me at drawing, but I started to learn how to draw more things and she just got me into it and I thank her for that a lot. But why did you get into the scene stage? I got into the scene stage at about 7th grade. About 7th grade, I got into the scene stage because that's what everybody was doing. Everybody was like, oh, piercings, oh, suspenders, hang off your pants. And I started to take photos because I was still into photography. I like taking photos. I always looked up like the latest trends and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to be like in that crowd. And I was in that crowd and I was happy about it. I mean, they were really good friends. And I'd rather have those friends than anybody else. But it was a very embarrassing time in my life because I bleached my hair to shit. It looked so bad. It was just completely dead. I wore so much makeup. I got just the most ridiculous clothes. It was so ridiculous. I'm so glad that now I mellowed out. I kind of realized how I wanted to dress, not like trying to be somebody that I wasn't, not trying to fit in with my friends. I decided that I just wanted to dress how I wanted to dress, what I was comfortable in dressing in, not looking at a piece of clothing and saying, oh, I bet this scene queen would look good in it, so maybe I would look good in it. I'd rather look at something and be like, you know what, I would look good in that, not somebody else. So I started to get out of the scene stage at about like middle of sophomore year because I cut all my hair off and I dyed my hair brown again because my hair was completely fried. I dyed all these colors. It was so dead, so I cut it all off and I just started over. I tried to be comfortable with what I wanted to do, not what others wanted me to do. So that was a big changing point in my life. What got you into modeling? Well, as I said, in middle school, I was really big into taking selfies and getting into that type of stuff. And I really liked just taking my own photos and getting into that type of stuff. And I got into using SAI programs on my computer to edit my photos, make my eyes brighter, change my hair color. I did a lot of editing to my photos in middle school, and then I learned how to use Photoshop, and I used Photoshop to edit my photos. And I don't know, there's just something about photography that I absolutely loved. I loved photography. I always wanted to be a model. I always wanted to see myself on a poster, on a magazine. I just loved doing it. I could always see myself doing that, and nothing nude or nothing inappropriate. It's just the more I got older, the more I had this dream of being a Victoria's Secret model or being some kind of model. And it became not only a dream for me, but a goal to do that. And I didn't want to just be one of those girls that was just like, oh, I wish I was on that poster. I wish I was on that billboard. I want to be or say that I will be on that poster one day, or I will be in that magazine one day. I wanted to make that a goal, because not only did I like taking photos, but I wanted to advance in what I was doing. I wanted to work with other people and get myself known and get my name out there. I didn't want it to just be like a wish. I want it to be a goal rather than something that, oh, I wish I could do that. I want to be like, oh, I can do that and I will do that. And that's how I think about the situation. And I try every day to pursue it and to think of new ideas and to work with people and talk with people and try to get myself out there into that level, because I feel like if I just took my own photos and that was it, I didn't talk to people, I didn't try to work with anybody or get my name out there or anything with social media, then I wouldn't be where I was today, where people would know my name or people would want to work with me. I feel like I would just be by myself saying, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I wish I could work with this person or something like that. I want it to be not just a dream, but a goal, and that's what I'm doing, and I like doing it. Another question that I get a lot is about online gaming, because I used to do that a lot. One of the first ever online gaming sites that I ever joined was the site called Gaia Online. I bet a lot of you know what that is. It was so addicting. It was crazy. Like, I had a husband on there. I had like a ton of friends. I'd rather be online than talk to people in the real world, because the people online understand you. They know what you're talking about. They love to talk to you. And it was great. It was a great time in my life. I loved talking to people. I got so many friends on there. The only thing that I do regret about Gaia Online was I spent so much money on that game. I spent about over $100 to get Gaia points, or whatever they were called, to dress up my character or get like a cool car or something. Like, I was pretty obsessed. But one day I was in this little, I was in a parking lot, and this guy came up to me and he was like, oh, I'll get you this free egg if you click on this link and type in your name and password. And of course I was like 11, 12. I was like around that age. So I didn't really know about like hackers and stuff like that. So of course I did it, and I got hacked, and all of my stuff got taken from me and my password got changed. And I was so upset. I cried. I was so mad. And I learned my lesson. And then about 2 months later, I got into a game called MapleStory, which was even more addicting, and I loved it. I had so many friends, and I made MMVs, which are Maple music videos. I was obsessed. I had so many friends. It was ridiculous. Everybody liked me. Everybody knew who I was when I logged on. Everybody knew. And then all of a sudden, all my friends just started disappearing, and everybody just stopped getting online. And I had this crush on there, and I remember his name. His name was Ice Magic 707. And we had the biggest crush on each other. We dated on MapleStory for about 2 years. And it was just like this little cute puppy love on MapleStory. And then he never got on one day, and I never heard from him again. It was really sad. But I made this one online friend named Alex there, and her name was Cherry Bomb. And I absolutely loved her. We text messaged, we sent pictures of each other. She lived pretty close to me. It was pretty awesome. We always talked, and then we just stopped talking, and we moved on with our lives and stuff like that. And since everybody left, I decided to join a private server, which means that you can't play MapleStory anymore. You play on a server with a limited amount of people. And I made a lot of friends on that one. And I remember I became an admin on there, but I was a really bad admin because I always would help new people, and I would make them do quests, and I'd give them a bunch of free stuff. And I eventually got caught, and then I couldn't be an admin anymore. And by that point, when I couldn't be an admin anymore, I got sick of it. I was just kind of mad at everybody because I wasn't an admin anymore. I was stubborn. So I quit playing that, and then I just kind of stopped playing online games. I think I played something else after that, but I don't really remember. But on MapleStory, I spent so much money. I spent a lot of money on MapleStory. It was ridiculous. Every month, the clothes that you wore would expire. So every month, guess who's spending $50? Okay, so my last question that I got, and it's not really a question, it's more of advice. It's, how do you deal with how much hate that you get from people online? And I honestly don't get that much hate as much as I used to for the pictures that I post and the modeling that I do. But my advice for anybody who wants to do what I do and would be interested in doing that, even if you're 16 or 15 or whatever, even if you're underage, if you really want to do it, then go for it. Like, who cares what other people say about you? If you ignore what people say about you and you just do what you want to do, then you'll make it. Then you'll end up doing what you want to do. Like, you don't let people bring you down. You just don't. Like, you just learn from it. Like, every time that people say something to you, you're just like, okay, well, that's your opinion. That's not a fact. If you want to call me that, I don't really care. One thing that I never get that people say, and it makes me so mad when people say this, is when people like to tell me that I have no respect for myself. Well, I'm sorry, but having respect for yourself means that you're doing what makes you happy, not doing what other people want you to do. That's what having respect is. Having respect for yourself is not whether you get naked in front of a camera or not. Like, a Playboy bunny could have so much respect for herself, but she can still do what she wants because it makes her happy. It's all about what makes you happy and what you want to do. If you want to take pictures like that, then go for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do. So you should never listen to what people tell you, unless it's positive. But if it's not positive and people are trying to bring you down and get you to go into another direction when you know what you want to do, then don't listen to them. You should do what you want to do no matter what. That's what I always tell myself. But if you're ever feeling down about what people are telling you to do or what people are calling you, then don't listen to them. It's just common bad words. Like, people call each other sluts and whores and everything all the time. It's not that big of a deal. I learned not to listen to what people tell me. I learned to do what I want to do and not care what people say anymore. When I was little, it used to bring me down a lot. It used to really get to me. I almost quit taking photos because I got so upset about it. But once I finally just understood that it doesn't matter what other people say about me, it matters on what I say about myself and what I want to do, then I was just happy and I just kept doing what I did. And once people knew that I didn't care what they said, people just stopped talking crap. That's just all you got to do. You just keep moving forward. And if you have a dream and you want to do it, then you go for it. You never give up on what you want to do. You never change what you want to do to something else. Like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just do what you want to do? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, to everybody who doesn't like me and, like, doesn't like what I like to do, then I don't really care. I'm going to keep doing what I like to do. And that's taking photos and trying to pursue being a model. And that's all I gotta say about it. Thank you everybody for watching this video. I am so happy to make this and answer some questions for you guys. If you guys have any requests on me doing any more videos, please let me know. I would love to make more videos for you guys. Please subscribe to my channel and please check out my other links. And thank you for watching this video. And